That moment when your feet hit the floor and you almost collapse from the pain, wondering if this is just going to be your new reality forever? But here's the thing I want you to understand right from the start. You don't have to live with this pain, and you definitely don't need expensive surgeries or endless doctor visits to get your life back. What I'm going to share with you today is a complete game changer, a way to structure your entire day so that you're not just managing the pain, but actually healing your feet and getting back to the activities you love. So what exactly is a heel spur? Picture this. Your heel bone has developed a small bony growth that extends forward from the bottom of your heel. It's like having a tiny spike growing out of your bone. And when you put weight on it, especially after periods of rest, it creates that intense, sharp pain that can literally bring you to your knees. The medical term is plantar fasciitis with heel spur formation, and it happens when the thick band of tissue that supports the arch of your foot becomes inflamed and starts pulling on the heel bone so much that your body responds by growing extra bone tissue. Now, most people think this is just something that happens to older folks or athletes, but the truth is, anyone can develop heel spurs. If you spend long hours on your feet, wear unsupportive shoes, carry extra weight, or even have flat feet or high arches, you're at risk. And here's what's really frustrating. Traditional treatment often focuses on just masking the pain with medications or recommending rest, but that's not addressing the root cause of why this happened in the first place. What I've discovered through my own journey with heel pain and what I'm going to teach you today is that the secret isn't in what you do for 30 minutes of treatment. It's in how you structure your entire day to support healing and prevent further damage. Think of it like this. If your heel spur developed because of cumulative stress and poor habits over months or years, then healing it requires changing those patterns throughout your entire day. Let's start with the moment you wake up, because this is absolutely crucial. That first step out of bed is usually the worst moment of your entire day, right? Your plantar fascia has been shortened and tight all night, and suddenly you're asking it to stretch and bear your full body weight. Instead of just gritting your teeth and pushing through, here's what you need to do. Before you even sit up in bed, take 30 seconds to point and flex your toes 10 times. This gentle movement starts warming up the tissues in your feet. Then, while still lying down, use a towel or resistance band to gently stretch your calf and the bottom of your foot. Hold this stretch for 30 seconds, and you'll immediately notice that when you do stand up, the pain is significantly reduced. But here's where most people go wrong. They think that little stretch is enough for the whole day. Your morning routine needs to be completely restructured. Instead of rushing to get ready, give yourself an extra 15 minutes for what I call the heel spur morning protocol. After that initial stretch, sit on the edge of your bed and roll a tennis ball or frozen water bottle under your foot for 2 minutes. This massage breaks up adhesions in the plantar fascia and reduces inflammation. Next, before you put any weight on your feet, put on supportive shoes or slippers with good arch support. I cannot stress this enough. Never ever walk barefoot on hard surfaces when you have heel spurs. Your feet need support from the moment they touch the ground until you go to bed at night. Now, let's talk about how to structure your workday, because this is where most people unknowingly make their heel spurs worse. If you have a desk job, you might think you're safe because you're sitting most of the day, but prolonged sitting actually makes the problem worse. Your plantar fascia tightens up when you're sedentary, so every time you stand up, you're recreating that morning pain scenario. Set a timer to go off every hour, and when it does, stand up and do calf raises for 30 seconds. Just rise up on your toes and lower down slowly 10 times. This keeps the blood flowing to your feet and prevents the tissue from getting stiff. Also, keep a tennis ball under your desk and roll your foot over it whenever you're on phone calls or reading emails. If you're on your feet all day for work, the strategy is different but equally important. First, your shoes are non-negotiable. They must have proper arch support and cushioning. I recommend getting custom orthotics or at least high-quality over-the-counter arch supports. Change your shoes halfway through the day if possible, because different shoes distribute pressure differently across your foot. Take micro breaks every 2 hours. Find a wall and do wall push-ups while keeping your heels flat on the ground. This stretches your calf muscles and plantar fascia. If you can, elevate your feet for just 2 minutes during your lunch break. Even sitting in your car with your feet up on the dashboard can make a huge difference. Lunchtime is actually a perfect opportunity for healing. Instead of just grabbing food and sitting down, use this time strategically. Walk for 10 minutes after eating, but on soft surfaces like grass or a track if possible. The gentle movement promotes circulation without the hard impact of concrete or tile floors. Your afternoon energy crash isn't just about blood sugar. When you have heel spurs, fatigue in your feet can affect your whole body's energy levels. This is when most people start compensating by changing their gait, which leads to knee, hip, and back problems. Combat this by doing seated calf stretches at your desk or workstation. Extend your leg out straight and pull your toes back toward your shin. Hold for 15 seconds and repeat 3 times on each foot. The evening is crucial for healing because this is when your body does most of its repair work. But here's what most people don't realize. The way you spend your evening directly impacts how much pain you'll have the next morning. Create an evening routine that supports healing instead of working against it. Start by changing into supportive shoes as soon as you get home. I know it's tempting to kick off your shoes and go barefoot, but remember, hard surfaces are your enemy. If you want to be barefoot, do it on carpet or get some supportive house slippers. Dinner prep time is actually perfect for gentle movement that helps heal spurs. While you're cooking, do calf raises against the kitchen counter or march in place to keep circulation flowing to your feet. The key is gentle, consistent movement rather than long periods of standing still. After dinner, this is when you do your serious healing work. Fill a basin with warm water and Epsom salts and soak your feet for 15 minutes. The magnesium in Epsom salts reduces inflammation, and the warm water increases circulation. While you're soaking, gently massage the arch of your foot with your thumbs. Follow the foot soak with targeted stretching. The best stretch for heel spurs is the towel stretch. Sit with your legs extended, loop a towel around the ball of your foot, and gently pull your toes toward you while keeping your knees straight. Hold this for 30 seconds, rest, and repeat 3 times on each foot. Here's something most people never think about. Your sleep position affects your heel pain. If you sleep on your stomach with your toes pointed down, you're keeping your plantar fascia in a shortened position all night. Try to sleep on your back or side and consider a night splint that keeps your foot flexed at a 90-degree angle. I know it sounds uncomfortable, but after a few nights, you'll wake up with significantly less pain. Temperature therapy is incredibly powerful for heel spurs, and you can incorporate it throughout your day. Keep a frozen water bottle at work and roll your foot over it for 2 minutes whenever you feel pain starting to build up. At home, alternate between ice for inflammation and heat for circulation. Ice for 10 minutes, then heat for 10 minutes, and finish with ice. Let's talk about what you're eating, because nutrition plays a huge role in inflammation and healing. Start your day with anti-inflammatory foods like berries, which are packed with antioxidants. Add turmeric to your morning smoothie. It's one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories available. Throughout the day, choose foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds. Stay hydrated, but here's why it matters for heel spurs specifically. Dehydration makes your fascia less elastic and more prone to tearing and inflammation. Aim for half your body weight in ounces of water daily, and add a pinch of sea salt to help your body actually absorb and use the water. Avoid sugar and processed foods as much as possible because they promote inflammation throughout your body, including in your feet. That afternoon candy bar might give you a quick energy boost, but it's also feeding the inflammatory process that's causing your heel pain. Your weekend routine should focus on active recovery. This doesn't mean being a couch potato. Gentle activity actually promotes healing. Go for walks on soft surfaces like trails or the beach. Swimming is fantastic because the buoyancy takes pressure off your feet, while the movement maintains flexibility. Use weekends to focus on the exercises that you might not have time for during busy weekdays. Spend 10 minutes doing alphabet exercises with your feet. Literally trace the letters of the alphabet in the air with your toes. This works all the small muscles in your feet and ankles that support your arch. Here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. Stop thinking about heel spurs as something that happened to you and start thinking about them as feedback from your body. Your feet are telling you that something in your daily routine needs to change. Maybe you need better shoes. Maybe you need to lose some weight. Maybe you need to strengthen your calf muscles. Or maybe you need to pay more attention to your posture. The beautiful thing about this approach is that as you start structuring your day to heal your heel spurs, you'll notice improvements in other areas too. Better circulation helps with energy levels. The stretching improves your overall flexibility. The anti-inflammatory diet benefits your whole body. And the mindful movement throughout the day improves your posture and reduces stress. Most people see significant improvement in their heel pain within 2 to 3 weeks of consistently following this approach. But here's the key word: consistently. You can't do this for a few days and expect permanent results. This needs to become your new normal, at least until your heel spurs are completely healed. And then many of these habits should stay with you to prevent recurrence. Remember, heel spurs didn't develop overnight, and they won't disappear overnight. But with the right approach, structuring your entire day around healing rather than just managing symptoms, you can get back to living without that constant nagging pain that's been controlling your life. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health and wellness content. Drop a comment below and let me know what your biggest challenge has been with heel pain, and I'll do my best to address it in future videos. Until next time, take care of those feet. They're the only ones you've got.